Hey, how's it going, everyone? Oh, just trying to figure out how to, trying to get this stupid thing off. Oop. Yeah, cause you see the stupid, live streaming stuff, right? Let's see if I put it on this side. Does it go away? Tell me if it goes away or not. So, whee. Nope. All right, hold on. Take that off. Yay! Yeah, Henry's come to see us. Hello, everyone. There we go. All right, so that's better. So hopefully I can kind of get this to... This is why I try to do things a little earlier, so I don't screw stuff around like there. But then it shows up on that screen. Hey, how's it going, y'all? I like how this always messes up a little bit. This is the problem with me doing this. Don't just stand there. Yep, I start pouring some drinks. Oh, let me see. Undo. This can go over there. There we go. How about now? It was always a little delay. Yeah, thanks for joining me, Melon. I didn't mean to make it so late for you guys. You know, yesterday I was going to do a live stream, and then what happened is, like, I got really bad food poisoning, so that was awful. It was terrible. Like, I'm still sort of recovering. I basically, sort of got through work today by the skin of my teeth, so I'll try to make it up this time. So, next weekend, I'll probably do a couple of live streams, to be honest. So it'll probably work out a little bit better so we can actually do stuff. So this isn't the save I want. I was testing out something else. So let's see. I got so many playthroughs, it's kind of ridiculous. This is the one we want. It's a good way to lose weight. Yeah, so I think one of the, people commented on the videos, Mercy or whatever, they were saying like, oh, you should have said it was Chef Henry's cooking. I made the poll all wrong. It should have been Chef Henry's cooking. So, I mean, that's what did me in. So, I wish I was... What the...
God,
Wait, hold on. Why is my horse doesn't have its saddle on? I didn't even do this. Who stole my saddle? Someone stole... What is this? This isn't... Why is this saddle gone? Oh, God. Oh, I know why. Okay. So what happened is that I went to jail because I wanted to not be in jail in Townburg, and I think the saddle was stolen. So I actually stole everything. I never paid for anything, so I think they took it off me. So while we wait for everybody to get here, I'll go and steal myself another one, and that'll work out. Yeah, has anyone managed to pre-order the collector's edition for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Not yet. I'm still kind of waiting on it. I rather, I'll probably do it at the end. I wish I could get the one for the PC, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it on there, so that sucks. Yeah, why is this pilgrim, what? This pilgrim's pissing me off. This is like the third time.
Yeah.
What the heck? Who are you, lady? What do you want? Why are you disturbing me,
What
beggar?
happened to you?
Terrible things, sir. Terrible things. God must be punishing me.
I don't think I've ever seen this pilgrim before. Has anyone seen her before?
Those devils killed my man and then had their way with me. I gave birth in the woods.
I never actually see that.
And I'm left with nothing but to beg
Big
here
gamer.
at the roadside.
I'm actually from California, so
God
I'm
have
out
mercy
here
on
in the
me.
West Coast.
A few
So
groschen,
it's,
sir.
I basically
So I
go
can
to
go and
work
buy
at
some
6
milk
a.m.,
for the
get off
little
at
one.
2, so that's probably why I'm always, I try to get as soon as I can, but it's hard, yeah. Are they gone because I have all of them in my chest? Anyways, there you go. Have some money.
Thank
I'm not going to kill you. It's fine. I know Henry's a mean person, but, yeah. I think also, if you guys knew, I don't know if this is a thing, but maybe you guys can tell me something off about this. I think... Oh, come on. Overweight, Henry? God. I think that... Here, drop the mace. I don't need it. I think is that when you have such bad reputation, whatever, and you go to jail, you try to serve all your time. I think the game purposely puts out pilgrims, the person in the stock and all that stuff. I think they purposely put them out to actually allow you to build up your reputation again. So that is a thing. But that's what I feel like. So, oh, you didn't die?
Slaughter you.
Oh no, you don't. There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
So they'll find it or whatever else. West Coast represent. What about the Coomer perk? I'm not sure about that. So yeah, I need to find a way. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. I need to find a way to play my all the sound effects while I do this. That would actually be pretty good. But anyways, I need to get a new saddle back. So golden spurs. And here's another thing too, if you guys are interested in it, is that they never lock up this chest again. You don't have to unlock it ever again. They just restock it all the time. So once you unlock it, you're free to go. It's free game. So anyways, today, since we got everybody here, kind of a good crowd of people, we're going to be talking about perks and all that. And I feel like this is like the build up for a new video. Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you again. I think you made all my live streams so far. So, but anyways, I'm going to talk about some of the perks that people pick and I don't like. And I'm going to probably build this into a video kind of like saying what are the better perks to take, at least by my perspective. But, that's, everyone has different ones. So let me get my horse dripped out again because, of course, he needs to be dripped out. But golden spurs. Oh, he didn't take my golden spurs. Good. Where's my saddles? Oh, God, hold on. Just do it by money. Sorry, people stole stuff from me. I can't help it. Yeah, it's good. Whatever, I don't care. There you go, there you go. Get my speed up to 66. But anyways, so today, like I said, we're going to do the perks and all that stuff. And what I brought with me is, let's see. If you don't know about this, this is a good potion to have, just in case you want to reset stuff. And where did it go? Oh my God. I know I have it. I just made one for this occasion. No, what are they doing? There it is. Lithium water. There you go. So this one right here, this is a potion that nobody ever uses, but basically you drink it and it wipes out all your perks. Now, if you want to see the perks I have right now, you could see kind of like Henry's maxed out on just about everything, sort of thing. Of course, like the strength ones are good. You can take all the perks you want except one of them, which is stronghold. I don't usually take it. Blocking an opponent strikes with a shield will cost you 30% less. Whatever. Everything else here, like all the mill ones are absolutely you must have. Clinch Master, I think you get that automatic. Grave Digger is something I take. Like I would take all these except like stronghold. That's the example. But there we go. Andrew's asking, I think he will break in the new exciting ways. We'll see how that works out. I like the pronunciations. Lethan. There you go. Thank you. And agility, you can take all the ones you want. It depends on what you're playing as. If I play featherweight, usually goes because I don't like breaking my ankles and stuff like that, especially if you play hardcore mode. And the rest of them are kind of like whatever. I think you learn dodge no matter what. So fast striker and all that, you can take all of them. Taunt's kind of like all right. Yeah. And here's another thing too. So now when we're talking about perks, like the hard decisions to actually making these perks, the ones you want to the ones that are probably the worst ones to take. I wouldn't say the worst ones, but the worst one to take, in my opinion, is Marathon Man. I want to see how they do. Hi Lily, how you doing? Let's see. Marathon Man is the one. And also Lily, or username's asking, do you have a game of the year for this year? It's always Kingdom Come. I mean, they're winning again this year. I don't know how they're doing it. This year, I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to have to be Elden Ring, basically. The Elden Ring is just too damn good. It's like the DLC for that, they did such a good job. I know it's kind of like that, but it's too damn good. I like it. So, yeah, hey, Mirhat. So, but you all are going to have to tell me about this. Marathon Man, you can run slower, but you run longer. I think the problem with this perk itself is that if you're trying to get away from bandits or anything else, like running 20% slower just leads you to getting hit in the back. So that's like a useless one to have. Sprinter, like, yeah, you lose less 20% less, but you run 20% faster and you get away from bandits. That's what you're trying to do. So I mean, Marathon Man is so bad. So this is an example what I'm gonna be talking about, like what we should build onto the video and stuff like that. Like, hey, these are the perks like that. So Vitality is one of those. Speech is a tough one. You're all gonna have to help me on this. Usually I just go, I'm always like Lowborn's a good one. Empathetic is a really good one. So you can see the dialogue speeches of the skill checks. I don't know why I don't have that already. Yeah. Marathon Man doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. So those are good. This one's great. Lowborn, people would say Lowborn versus Highborn. I mean, honestly, Lowborn's usually what I go for since you talk to more people, Lowborn. I think there's harder checks on the Highborn one. So if you want to pass like Sebastian's the guy in Sasau that does with Yanka, he has a really hard speech check. So you would need that speech check, that Highborn, or to help out to pass that. But honestly, Lowborn's where it's at. Now the question is, I don't know if it messes with guards or not. We could test that out today because right now I have Lowborn, so I could probably see if you get the +3, you don't. I'm not sure. Does anyone know about that? Yeah, exactly. I suppose Lowborn's the one you want against guards, but I don't know if it works against guards. But Highborn, very situational most of the time. So, yeah, exactly. Troubadour, yeah. I forgot. So, yeah, so if you have a little, there, you have 50% reputation when you talk to women. All right, +1 speech check, so you can easily persuade them more easily. And you get free bath wenches for service. So, it's all right, but there's not many women you have speech checks against. Hey, Salvatore, how you doing? Yeah. Okay, Lowborn works against guards. All right, that's good to know. All right, so we can test that out for sure. I heard, that's not what I wanted. Go back to stats here. I heard Final Offer's pretty bad, but I heard Silver Tongue. Somebody said Silver Tongue's a great way to grind your... Hey, Jordan, how's it going? It's good to see you again. Someone said Silver Tongue's the best way to increase your speech check or your speech overall, because apparently when you haggle, you don't gain that much experience haggling, but when you get this perk, you do. I haven't worked that out yet. I just got it, but then again, I never haggle since Henry's still rich as ever, so there's no point of me haggling other than if I want to grind my speech up to 20. Which I don't. I mean, it's such a, I've been trying to find a way to exploit a speech check against something, but the only way I found worked out, it's really finicky, and that's with a speech book. You try to read it, but you cancel it real fast, and you get experience, and you still at 0. But the issue is that it's so finicky that you got to be able to flip it back and forth really hard. It's not worth the time. Since when do you do... Oh, you just got to add, so the ads, Andrew, are at the lowest setting I have. I have no idea how that works out. So, I think it says, I don't know if I could show the picture again. It says, the least annoying ever or whatever else. So, I guess YouTube is doing the ads or something like that. So, sadly, speech caps at 20, even if you have multiple buffs. Yeah, that's true. I mean, but then again, if I need a speech check or whatever, I'm really desperate, I usually have Bard potions with me. I mean, it's a +5, and, for 10 minutes, that gets you right where you need to. If you need your charisma, I want to say there's the more potion. Hey, no inventory. I hit the wrong button. And you have a more potion. So you do a more and Bard potion, you just hit them with +5, and you're just sitting gravy. So, I mean, look at that. My speech is now 1920. So, it's kind of whatever. So right now I don't have any donations on right now. This is just for fun. I'm actually using you all for information, since all you people that love Kingdom Come Deliverance probably knows a great deal that I probably don't know. So we're kind of paying each other off. So don't worry, it works out. Hey, congratulations, Mirhat, on beating us in Kingdom Come hardcore mode. The hardcore mode's amazing. I love it. It's so much better. Final offer is good because you can just do brain dead haggle and just lower it to the minimum instead of comp. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. If I had to, if I was worried about money, I think final offer would be actually really good perk. So, I mean, unfortunately, you get into that motive of just hey, I can make money however I want by stealing. But I think that's it. Tristan, what's the mission for the stream? The stream is to talk about perks. So we're going to probably build up a future video talking about which perks are the best, which ones are the not so good. So I have a potion to forget all the freaking perks, and we can test out certain ones. So right now we're kind of just going through and seeing, which perks we like, which ones we don't, and then we kind of go from there. So I went through all the stat ones. Combat ones we'll leave alone for right now. Combat ones, honestly, I'll give a rundown for what I do. The best ones are in defense for sure. Perfect block, you get Golem. Well worn is when you get it. Definitely do it. This is probably one of the best perks you can have for heavy armor, because honestly, if you try to rush this, you're basically whatever plate mail you're wearing, it's so much lighter than if you carried it. It's one of the best perks in the game. I would say this is probably a top tier altogether. There's also Knight and Shiny Armor, which basically makes your charisma perk, but I don't really care. I guess I could just do it. So, but if for weapons, for basically strikes, just as a tip for everybody, what I would really recommend, because a lot of people don't use combos very much, but there's 2 combos that I would probably say to learn, because they work for longsword and they work for short sword. And you only have to remember one of them. So there's one which is the Scar Maker, which basically is a simple sides, down, up, and stab. Super easy to remember. The other one is with the short sword, which is the half sword. This one with the short sword, just make sure which sword you have, is the most deadliest thing you have. Honestly, if you pull this off with a short sword, I'm using needle right now, or I'm using oh god, not needle. Yeah, am I using needle? I'm pretty sure I'm using stinger, not needle. But stinger itself is a short sword, and with that combo, using that combo that you have there on that combat, it basically one-shots people almost. So it's basically the best thing that you can have there. And if that doesn't work, you just stab like a madman. Stab yourself to victory. So this is the only 2 combos I basically learned. And the best part about that too, if you get them up to mace or whatever, there's one mace and axe have a similar one. They're very low on them. I don't use it, but they have the stab, right, and then down, or left, right, up, down, up. It's not that good, and honestly, it doesn't do that much weapons, or does that much damage, so there's no point to that. So I hope they nerf the Master Strikes or KCD2. Yeah, I hope so too. So that's the other one. If people don't get this, I think you get it from, yeah. Ooh, hold on, that's an alarm. Yeah, sorry about that. That was going off in the distance. I hope that didn't say too much. But I had an alarm set because yesterday I was dying. I was I need to set an alarm for myself. But anyways, yeah, Master Strike's just OP. You just go out there and win it. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Come on, Henry, go find a victim. Let's see, where are all these guards? Come here.
Yeah.
Come here, guard. Okay, horses and walls are the worst things ever. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna.
What?
Yeah, go aggro. Come on. See, this is the one thing I don't like. It's that slow motion thing. But look at this. So this is where the Master Strike's so OP. You don't have to do anything. Like he was saying before.
You're going to cry
it's
now.
Just press Q and win.
What's up? Shit yourself?
Yeah. Come on, attack me. Look at that. Basically, you get a free hit, and then he's opening, and then you do the stab maker, one-shot kill. So it's basically, you're just a god of combat after that. You learn one combo, and, hey, buddy. There you go. So basically, you're just a crazy man off of there. Hey, Grouse, how's it going? Every time I see Grouse. So, yeah, it's... the Master Strike's just OP as crazy. And then also, if you learn that other combo with it, once you get an opening with the Master Strike, you can kind of just, make it happen, whatever else. And there you go. And backshot heads, shot to the back like that, or just whatever else. So
That was.
yeah, come on, buddy. And if you have Needle, like, look at that. Needle is just stupid OP. Like, the combat is a little bit too easy on there. So, yeah, anyways, ooh. The game is loud as, okay, is the game too loud for you guys? Want me to, let me see. Sound
Pater
settings.
noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
There we go. I turned it down a little bit, so yeah, Jordan, I agree. The slow-mo is terrible. I don't like it. Yeah, there's not going to be slow-mo in the second one, so they already said it. And it looked like when they're demonstrating the combat in KCD2, looks like stuff was, you know, going really fast. So, okay. I'll play with the volume a little bit here and there, but let's go back to the. Let's see. Let's go back to the, what do you call it? The perks real quick we were talking about. Like I said, the only one you really need, short sword like that. This one, you're basically a god of combat. Super easy to learn, and you win. And there's nothing else to it. Master Strike plus that. That's all I've been doing through this entire game. So, but anyways, for skill perks, my alchemy is terrible. But for drinking, you know, a lot of drinking perks, you're going to have to help me on that one. I get loose tongue, but after that, everything else is just kind of like, you know, safe passage is probably the best one from there, but I never get that drunk to use it. So y'all going to have to help me out with that. Like wine versus beer, drinking habit, like beer doesn't seem that useful, you know, so these perks right here, the drinking stuff, is that beer gets you 50% weaker so you can drink more. So, I mean, it's good if you want to use it for food, but, that works out. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that username if the game stays pretty loud. So just we'll see how that works out for y'all, and we'll keep playing with it. I go for the ones that don't use stab because the air combos never work for me for some reason. Yeah. It's very specific timing. Yeah, I know what you mean on there. So it's kind of weird. But once you kind of get into that motion and just do it really fast, you can just destroy people with combos. Yeah, I can hardly ever use combos because they always either, you know, perfect strike or master block. Yeah, that's the problem with that. Like a lot of times when you try to use a combo, you actually open yourself up to be destroyed by them if they block one. So it's kind of like almost useless compared to just clinching and stabbing. That's what it usually gets to. Bacchus and Safe Passage are good, but there's some funny spots you won't ever see without taking them. That's true, but you can only take, yeah, you can only take one or the other. You'll never drink yourself to oblivion, but the negative effects of your hangover will be 30% stronger. So, I mean, it's good if you like drinking a lot, but it's whatever. If I had to take one of these perks, I would probably say, let's see, the one for liquor, I think top shelf. Like, spirits are 50% weaker. And the main reason for this is because what I like to do, like, Henry doesn't eat food anymore. Like, my Henry just basically, he just drinks spirits all day. That's all he ever does. And spirits, now, this is the one thing I think everybody, if you learn one thing to do again in this game, is that stop eating food altogether. Because if you don't want to go to sleep and you want to get good nutrition off of there, use spirits. Use spirits or moonshine. And moonshine's better, but you get 20 nourishment, 5 health, and 15 energy off of there. And honestly, that's actually a pretty good one right there. So, I mean, because look at this. I could just basically drink this, and now, like, I don't have to go to bed. And it's a pretty good health item, too. In comparison to a lot of other foods, everything else is pretty terrible if I had any other foods. Like, you know, dried fruit, you get 4 nourishment, 1 health, pretzels and stuff like that. And a lot of times they take away energy too, so it's kind of like annoying. So anyways, back to perks. Like Kameki saying True Slav is one of the worst ones. You know what does True Slav does in drinking? You know, I'm not sure. Hey, I keep hitting the wrong button. There you go. True Slav does, you get drunk on 50% less alcohol, saving your money, and your hangover the next day lasts only half as long. But bear in mind, getting drunk, yeah, it's not good. It's a pretty bad one. That's not a good one. So, I would say like the worst ones out of here would be True Slav. You're right. Beer, Beaver. It's like honestly, beer's the worst one. If I had to pick one, I would pick wine over. If I had to pick over Top Shelf, Top Shelf's the best for me. You basically just drink down Top Shelf. Drinking habits pretty good if you're going to be drunk all the time, which is not bad, especially on like if you're trying to do a speed run at a game and try to get really fast and you want to get that bow combo. Take this as well because especially on hardcore mode. So basically, you get less shakes of the bow, so your bow accuracy is way better. This perk's very situational. For me, it doesn't matter too much because once you get to a certain level, your bow's pretty good. So drinking habits kind of like mid tier. Drunk is pretty good, but I mean, as long as you don't drink yourself to oblivion. But honestly, with actually, I should just take drunk right now, honestly. Because it's really good, and also you have Hair of the Dog to take over that hangover effect. Hangovers don't matter anymore. With Hair of the Dog, it's great. Like, for potion-wise, like, I think, honestly, Hair of the Dog probably needs to be nerfed a little bit. It's so good. I carry it around with me all the time. It's probably one of the best things in the entire game, especially if you like drinking and stuff like that. So, let's see. I know I have some. Oh, it's right there. Hair of the Dog, perfect. Like, it cures your hangover, it cures alcoholism, and it's super cheap for the most part. It's hard to get. Most of the time I only get off guards. I killed so many guards, I have Hair of the Dog everywhere. So that's like the way to go off of there. But honestly, it needs to be nerfed. If this is in the next game, they probably need to nerf it somehow because Hair of the Dog it allows you to drink into oblivion, and drinking spirits themselves are the best thing you do in this game. Gives you health, gives you energy, and it's pretty good nourishment. Like, the only thing holding you back is nourishment. And that reminds me, I think back here, one of the stats for vitality, what is it? Is it vitality? No. There's one, I think it's a main level stat. That's the ones I didn't go through. Yeah, this stat right here, where basically, you last 30% longer without food. Worst stat in the game. Don't get it. I wouldn't say worst stat in the game. Worst perk in the game. I would say it's pretty bad perk because how good booze is and how you can use it, it's great. John's asking, you're streaming after Warhorse's live stream gameplay tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? I thought it was on Thursday. Okay, they usually do on Thursday. I might. That's actually a pretty good idea. Then again, so I think the issue is, like, I might save it for Saturday just because then we have more people able to join. I know this is kind of inconvenient people for the Europeans out there, so, that's a hard thing to say. I might do it. I might not. I might want to watch it first too and kind of get some ideas, but we'll see, John. I would say look out for this time around 3 o'clock. If you see me live streaming, that's probably what I'm doing. Because I think what time? Do you know? Anyone knows the time for the live stream the devs are doing tomorrow? How's that work out? Wait, a bow draw speed's just as slow as the next game. I haven't seen them use the bow, Jordan, too much at all, so I can't really say. The devs in their videos, they haven't been using it too often. And you're right. It's better when you apply potions to garlic. That's actually a really good stat there. I'll have to buy garlic. I've been very out of it. So you're saying, so Tristan's saying it combos well with the balanced diet perk. Otherwise, it's not good. You're right. Like, the balanced diet perk is a great perk too. So that's in Vitality. So in Vitality, it's the balanced diet will get you the +1 Vitality, agility, and all that stuff. But you gotta go 5 consecutive days of not going down or under. So, yeah. So 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I'll be at work tomorrow. But if anyone's curious about that, so that's noon Eastern time, and that's like, oh god, they're like 9 hours ahead of me. So that'd be 7 o'clock their time, I believe. No, I can't. I'm doing math wrong. 5 o'clock, yeah. Someone do math right. Oh, jeez. But yeah, going back to main level, I forgot about main level stats here. If you're playing normal mode, the scout perks are probably the best to go through. Of course, first aid as well. Infamous, for me, being a bastard, Infamous is a lot better altogether. Thank you. 6 p.m. CET time. So that's for everyone else there. So if you're out there, East Europe, 6 p.m. your time. That's actually a pretty good time. I wish I could join that. So, but I'll probably be at work, and tomorrow I don't think it'd be very nice if I was doing stuff. Mirhat's saying, where are you working if not secret? I work as a scientist, so I kind of work in a lab, so I don't get to be on the computer too often. So actually I do, but unfortunately it's all for meetings, so I won't be able to stream this. And so I'm so sorry. It's midnight there. I know. I'm sorry. I swear I did not do this on purpose. I was really gonna try to do this yesterday. For Americans, at least Pacific time, where I'm at, it's about 9 a.m. So it's too early for me. But anyways, back to like the perks here for the main ones. Like if you're gonna be a bastard, Infamous perk is the greatest one. It's basically, honestly, I think it's probably better than Local Hero, because if you commit any crime, your reputation doesn't go, your reputation goes down, but your reputation raises faster when you need to. So in the early game, you can basically go up in 4. So, well, Jordan, I have a PhD in chemistry, so I deal with a lot of pharmaceuticals. So I do a lot of crazy little work like that. So that's why I probably won't be able to do anything too much on my computer. They keep a really secure lid on me. So, but otherwise, that works out. But yeah, Infamous is the good one. Scouts. And you can see I have 2 perks, but I don't like taking any of the other ones. Like Manly Odor, it doesn't do anything. Like when dirty, you have 50% more charisma. You're dirty all the time, so it doesn't matter so much. However, people will smell you off a mile, reducing my stealth. I don't want to reduce my stealth. What a terrible thing. Night Raider, your stamina will regenerate faster at night. I don't care. That's terrible. I don't travel at night. Wanderer's terrible. Insomniac increases the time you could do without sleep. This one's pretty terrible because I drink all the time. So like my energy goes up anyways with again with booze. The booze perks are too good. That's what I say. Like out of all like the perks you can have, drinking is underrated altogether, just because of how much you can control everything else off of this. So, that's, I feel like a lot of these things, Renegade Band, I don't go to jail anyways. I avoid it. So stats, penalties on stats, 20% lower, or I could just wait. Like there's no point. So, anyway, so that's like that. Brute, like all these other ones, Cloak and Dagger, where you get like the negative perks, like you get the plus and negatives. I don't like those either. I know someone was saying that to, they don't like the debuffs when you get a buff and debuff kind of thing. Like they just don't work out. If I had to take any of them, maybe I go for the one you get a +2 speech and loss of strength. But honestly, just because how hard it is to get speech. But then again, I could just down potions. So what's the point? Like there's no point to these. I don't like them. There is though. There's a thing you could do in this game though. That's actually really good at the beginning of the game. So this is how I pulled it off in the beginning of one of the things when escaping from Scallots early on. If you want to learn reading without going to the person and the scribe that you learned to read from in Utsits, you don't have to go there. You can actually just take Scholar. It raises your reading level up to level 3. You open a book and you learn how to read instantly. So you never have to go to them. So you can actually learn reading before you're actually required to go learn to read or something like that from the alchemist. Because I think you got to talk to the alchemy shop in Ratte to actually get the quest, to learn from Utsits to actually do that. But using Scholar perk, you can take this. You take the -1 to warfare skill, which isn't and strength, but you can learn to read. So it's something that you can kind of go along with. Anyways, so that's like a really kind of something you could do. It's very situational, but that's up to you. Contemplative, I guess it's all right. But sometimes I don't like this. Again, with drinking, the issue is that drinking's so good, like my hunger and tiredness doesn't matter. If I want to wait around, I want to lower my nourishment sometimes down. And that's by waiting. Sometimes, like, this perk can screw you because if you're trying to drink more potions and you want to wait it off, like to actually reduce it, you have to take a digestive potion, or either you got to wait around, which I usually like to do, and you can't do that with this perk. So that's why I don't like it. So that's just me. Savage. Now, there's a difference. There's Savage, and I believe there's another one. burger, right? Whatever. Like, I know someone talked about this before. What do you prefer? I take burger just because you're usually in cities more often than you're out in the wild talking to people and doing this stuff. Savage is all right, but anytime you're dealing battle with anyone savage, you're usually, dealing with humans, and humans become, they're just free eats after that. Like, you just take them out. They don't matter. The people that really do matter are the high-level bandits, and most of the time when you're fighting high-level bandits, they're usually like in Pritzlavitz, or either they're in Talmberg, like during the big combat things. So what's the point of, taking that? So, and local hero, if you're playing a goodie, take local hero, but I'd rather take Infamous. I think it's better for that. So that's that. Meerhat's asking, what historical period would you want a game like KCD to be set in? That's kind of interesting. I think what could work out for KCD if they were ever, Warhorse, if they were ever to make another game, they want to stick to a medieval period, they could probably do like the 30-year war or something like that. It'd be pretty gruesome for the most part. It'd be more leaning towards, what do you call it? Like kind of like what The Witcher 3 does, where they kind of have like a really brutal period kind of deal. Because I know the 30-year war was pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know what's it called in Europe most of the time, but I know, like, as an American, I usually know it as the 30-year war, but that was a pretty bad one for the most time. Tristan saying, I take Savage because when I get attacked during the night, I haven't saved in an hour and always in the wilds. Yeah, there's that. Like, the ambushes can be pretty bad if if you're playing on a hardcore mode. I'd never travel at night, so that's usually not an issue. If I'm playing on normal mode, I usually always have scouts, so I usually can avoid it. But I can see what you're saying there. That might be a better one. Maybe it's better if you like risking it at night. But even with like the Nighthawk potion, I feel like that's not worthwhile. But yeah, so those are the main ones I usually take. Warfare, warfare perks, they're all pretty good. We'll get to those. Let's see. Horsemanship. Now here's the big one that I want everyone to like kind of put in their minds. The one thing I know a lot of people like to take is heavy duty pony. Your horse can carry more, but it's slower. So basically, I think someone will have to tell me. I want to say you can carry like what, 50 more, whatever, units or whatever that they have in here. But it's just not worth it. Racehorse gives you extra speed, and I basically like killing people with my horse and being able to faster, especially in hardcore mode. Take racehorse every time. If you don't take racehorse, you're just, curbing yourself. You might want to be a, pack rat and take everything, but most of the time you can make so much money it doesn't matter. So basically they're saying it's basically the same time period with the 100-Year War. Okay, so it kind of goes back and forth. But yeah, my thoughts is, Kingston saying 60 pounds, which is pretty good. I kind of like the faster horse altogether. I like it because the faster you go and you hit an NPC, the more likely they'll die. You can hit them with 2 shots, basically, with the faster horse. So that's usually how I do it. With the heavy-duty pony, it knocks down your speed quite a bit, and I'm just not all for that. But if Warhorse was to make another game kind of similar to KCD, I think they can do some time period like that. It'd be if they want to go a much darker kind of game, that would probably be the time period for them to do. There's not much glorifying that time period. I think everybody's like, oh dear God, kind of thing. So, and that would be a really dark game to do. Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna butcher your name, Mayton, I think. Mayton DT. Welcome. But if they were gonna do any other time period, oh God, I mean, I would probably, if they want to go across the so-called channel, they could always do the 100-Year War kind of deal and deal with like the French and English kind of fighting with each other all the time. I mean, that'd be a good setup. Like, it's more, I think they would get a bigger audience since everybody knows about, the Battle of Agincourt and stuff like that. I'm butchering the names there, but you can kind of, romanticize that and sell lots there. I think Warhorse would be super successful, but maybe that's not something they want to do because it's not, I kind of like Kingdom Come Deliverance mostly because it tells a time period that usually never gets told, that people don't know the history about. So, I would probably say like, I would love them to stick to what they do and, kind of stick to the lesser known history that a lot of people outside their own country doesn't really know too much, but that's beside the point. Anyways, strong thighs, of course, are great. Knight's great. I know most people don't do combat on their horse, but honestly, it's amazing. Warhorse, I mean, that's pretty good. You don't want to get knocked off, and jockey's the same thing. Now, the other ones they have, I don't take them because it doesn't really matter, but I wonder how Dreadsteed works out, because when your horse is wounded, it runs faster. So right now, my horse is at 66 speed because I don't have a freaking bridle on right now. I've been too lazy to find it, but here, let's see. So right now, my horse isn't wounded. It's perfectly healthy. So it's at 66, but I wonder how fast my horse will get. What's the bonus you get if you wound your horse? And so, actually, here, get back on. Strong thighs are great. Yeah. Strong thighs save lives. Anyways, so it's at 66. How we're going to test this out, of course, is that we're going to just take the perk Dreadsteed. So you're supposed to, if your horse is wounded, it will run faster. All right, let's see. I think everybody knows where this is coming to. Come here, horsey. Oh, crap. I think everyone has done this in their game. Are you fast? Holy smokes, he's 80! All I have to do is kill my horse to get to 80. That's like a 14-speed jump. Just shooting my horse in the back of the head. Actually, this might be the strat. This is the fastest horse in the game. Come on. Oh, God. I wonder if it's, the more damage you do to your horse, the faster. Yeah, I think so. Look at that. The more damage you do to your horse, the faster it gets. Because now it has 25 health. Now it's at 77. But, it's healing up slowly. So, hey, I know, you monster. Speeding the horse to heaven. Yeah, we need to open up a bohemian glue factory out here. I like to say Henry's drunk, but it looks like it's cumulative. So, yeah, so my horse is gaining health on the ground, and like my speed level's like dropping, but my health, so they're proportional. So the more damage you do to your horse, the faster it gets. So if you can, like, you know, no sense beating a dead horse. I think if you can min-max your horse, you could probably get tournament arrows and shoot your horse in the back of the head, and then like get it down to like 10 health, but then it'll run like a speed demon or something like that. So, let me see. What's the weakest arrows I got? God, I got nothing but like devastating arrows. So I shot him with a 115 wounded arrow. I got a capon bow. Maybe that does less damage. But come on, Perk. It's fine. You're okay. Oh, God. Or, yes, Tristan. I was thinking, I just turned my head and saw that. If you poison a horse, does it continue to speed up until it dies? That's actually the thought. Like, maybe if we just poison the horse. Hey, don't worry, old girl. What? That's actually pretty interesting to see. So, basically, it has a heal up to 77 health before it gets back up. Just to see how that works. Need to see how hard you can hit it and how high speed you can raise. Yeah, the highest speed seems 80, but at 80, it's dead. So you get a 14 plus. Basically, essentially, it's 14 plus speed if you reach the max. So, oh, yeah. The tournament arrows, I think we can get at, what do you call it? At one of the camps, right? I think they, like, or do they sell them at Rattay? I forgot. Let's see. Guard, what are you doing out here? There we go. Let's go to Rattay real quick. I think I can get some there. But, oh, God. I just realized this. So I think that's the best way. Like, tournament arrows now have a use, because you could poison them, and then you could, hit your horse, get it up to speed, and then go really fast. Like, this would be good in hardcore mode if you need to go all the way across the map. And God bloody hell, get out of... Nope, God, no. No, this happens every time. Damn you. I lived. Okay. So horse bridge is probably the best and worst thing I, ever came up with, because I don't know how many times I ended up in this ditch. It's probably the worst thing ever. So I spent so much time having to go around this place to do this. God. Let's see. Why does it not say? Oh, it does. I have like the perk at the bottom, so I think it said it because I was already in there earlier, but oh, I went too far. So it happens. It already happens. Yeah, I'm blind. I'm looking at the chat screen. Oh, right. That's why you're naked. I always forget why this guy's naked. I think I killed him earlier.
What are you loitering here for? Get lost.
All right, Sir Radzik. That's fine. Here, take money. He has ordinary arrows. I think that will work, right? Oh, no. Hunting arrows. How does that work out, actually? There's better hunting arrows that only do 80 damage, and then there's hunting arrows, which does the same amount of damage. But why does one cost more than the other? I don't understand that. Someone has to help me understand that. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take regular hunting arrows. They're only 80, except take your money. Let's see. Oh, did I not buy them? Hold on. Sorry, I'm being in such a...
God be with you.
Yeah, gotta be with you too. Enter. There you go. Thank you. Alright, horse. You're gonna have a great time. Let's see what we can do. So I got a weaker bow now. I have hunting arrows. My sidekick speed is 66. So if you do a little shot, let's see what happens. What if you do a competition but switch out the tournament arrows for your normal ones? Do you keep the tournament arrows then? I think so, but I mean, they're just not as good. I know the tournament arrows I can get in rats or scallops, but I don't know about the rest of them here. So let's see. There we go. So I shot the horse with a hunting arrow. Now my speed's 72. So that did about 54 damage. So there we go. So 54 damage to my horse. That's perfect. Let's see. There we go. How much damage did that do now? Oh, man, you heal up fast. So basically the horse just heals up fast. I made a unicorn. There we go. So now, 2 arrows, 78 with 20 health. So, I mean, you know, you get a good speed. The problem is, like, the horse heals up too fast to make this, like, viable, I guess. So you would probably much have to play with poison, I guess, to keep up your speed. So, let's see. Food. Do I have regular poison? I think Bane would be too much. But, let's see. I feel Bane is not a good way to do this, but let's see. Weapons, hunting arrows. There we go. I feel like Bane's gonna kill him. You will never encounter ambush with this speed. Pretty much. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure my sidekick. Let's see. He's 48, so I think I'm gonna let him heal up a little bit because he might kill over. Yeah, the new speedrun strategy. Shoot your horse back at the head and just keep There we go. So he should get poison. He's down to 50. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, this is a good way to get a unicorn, but I don't know if he's poisoned. It feels like all it does is eliminates the what do you call it? The healing ability of the horse. So it could work out. So yeah, that's the thing. I have numerous stacks of arrows in my ender chest. I have the same name, like better piercing arrow, but only different damage stats. Some are 0 for all stats and no idea why. Yeah, that's weird. Hey, Eartup. I don't know how to say your name. I butchered it. Hey, how's it going? But right now, I don't think I poisoned my horse. If I did, it didn't work too much. There we go. So 74. It looks like it works for the most part, but you know, you gotta be kind of weird. And the reason I pull back the bow all so much is because, like, I gotta try to aim in the back of the horse's head, and it just doesn't work like that without, like, you know, pulling it back a little bit. So Or at least I'm being stupid about it, so who knows. But it is a strategy. It looks like you can poison your horse, make it run, and do that. So, all right. So I think Dread Horse is kind of like a speed run strategy if you want to. Like, that's a Dread Steed. I think that's a real strategy. Hey, AJ. But I think that's a strategy we can do if you want to make your horse run faster all the time. But it feels a little bit, a lot of work, very intensive to make this happening. So, at least for me, Racehorse is number one. I mean, Strong Thighs is another one, and Jockey is pretty good. Everything else is kind of just, I don't really need to have. Houndmaster, you notice I never use the dog at all. Like, I never use Mutt. Anyone else uses Mutt too much? I mean, honestly, for me and Mutt, Mutt just makes the game too easy. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like, I often just keep hitting the dog more than anything else, and then the dog just, like, he basically just gives you free hits off the enemy, and you just become a god of combat after that. So you all have to tell me this. I never use any of these stats. I don't think I've ever gained a level of Houndmaster in my entire playthroughs. Like, the only time I ever use them is with basically not Yoanka, but with Teresa, and that's it. That's all I ever use it for. So you're all gonna have to figure out how that works out on there. So, with Mutt, he's just really good. That's the problem. He makes the game too easy for me. And I don't know if you all feel about the same way as I do about that. It's just, if you're having a hard time with this game, get the DLC, get Mutt. Hey, Captain Smooth. Jesus Christ be praised. I mean, this is so great. So I can't really tell you about Houndmaster other than, if you use it, great. But I just never got into it. So it's, the only time I ever use this with Teresa, and she just takes out everything. Hunting is an interesting one. Ooh, I haven't taken Wild at Heart. That's a good one. Forestry is probably the best one. I don't know why I don't have that. Or Forester. Forester is absolutely the best one out of hunting. If you're going to have to do that, get that done. So, basically it just makes you more stealthier in the woods. Why not? So if you're hunting humans, one of the best stats in the game. Everything else for me, since I don't make money off hunting anymore, they're not that good. Wild at Heart is probably my second choice because animals will just get right next to you and, you just get easy shots off of them. But that's all that matters. Do a KCD run where you only kill people with Mutt. I don't know if that's possible. Can you kill... Does Mutt actually go with you to fight Runt up there? I mean, someone has to tell me. Like I said, I've never taken the dog with me. So, I don't think you're allowed to take Mutt with you to fight Runt. So, yeah. Captain Smith, get closer to Boar. That's basically where the Wild at Heart gets you at. Boar is the best money for value at hunting. And also drives up your hunting skill way high. So with this perk, if you want to get your bow up like crazy fast, honestly, this perk will, you just shoot a boar in the head with light arrows, and you could basically, you could basically just level up your bow and hunting to crazy skill levels. There's one place, I might have to show this off sometime, but let's see. It's right out here. This is a boar spot over here. It's either this one or this one. So you go to these boar spots, and basically if you turn just the right way, the boars just spawn in front of you, and they're just like, whatever, you're here. They don't care. You shoot them in the head, and you gain tons of level. Then you run away, come back, they respawn. You do it all over again, and it's worth tons of money. And Jordan is saying that Mutt does not join you for the Runt fight. So that run of kill everything with the dog and nothing else would only work up to that point, and that Runt fight would probably be pretty hard, but that will work out. So, yeah. If the health is low enough and level up Mutt, you can make enemies bleed, so that works. Yeah, that's true. I think the ant lifting is important in joining Heineken Hair Gang if you want to do that quest. Ooh, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I usually just... Yeah, I forgot how I usually do that quest. I usually buy it or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah. The boar hunting spots, they're the best. These two are probably the best ones around, and they're super easy. There's one supposed to be right here, but I never really got into that. But these two, you'll make bank. And then also like the blacksmith here, if you're not like doing it by any like mean ways, like you're trying to like, you take it back to the mill, put it in there and do it or whatever, he'll buy the meat from you. By the time you bring the meat over there, it's already lost its stolen value essentially. You can cook it down too. So if you're doing a legit kind of playthrough and you don't want to do no stealing, you get this blacksmith buys all the meat. He buys everything. I love this guy. So, and basically you can run back and forth, build up his wealth all the way, sell him the meat, and you're golden. That's like a strat I had early before I learned how to just steal everything. So, that works out. Let's see. Player. Let's go back. So Houndmaster, hunting, Wild at Heart, Forester. Let's see. Lockpicking. Everybody knows Luck of the Drunk. Luck of the Drunk is a god tier 1. Honestly, if they don't nerf this in the next game, I would love them for that. I think the devs are like they're just making a fun game after that. I would love them for them to keep it, but I know it's probably if I had to put a list of what's the best perks in the game, I think Luck of the Drunk is basically 1, 2, or 3. Like it's basically, I don't know if anyone else can tell me a better perk in the game other than Luck of the Drunk. Like this is the best perk in the game. Essentially allows you to drink a little alcohol and then you basically can open any lock in the game. So yeah, Luck of the Drunk is cheating essentially. You get the level 6 in your lock picking, you get this perk, you drink a little alcohol. Again, alcohol in this game is god tier. Like if you learn how to use alcohol properly and look at the stats, you can cruise the game after that. It's basically, yeah, completely breaks the economy. Jake, I agree. So yeah, you should see how long Mutt will be willing to carry a hare back with you. And you get back to Rattay somewhere. He will take forever to return. I'm not sure. I never used Mutt, so I have to take your word on that. Yeah, so basically it's the god tier one. The other one, that's once you get to a certain level, like once you get there, the Master Thief is pretty good. You can breeze through a lot of easy and very easy locks. So if you're, especially for me, just doing videos and stuff like that, it makes it so much easier. I don't have to fiddle with this. So those are the 2 ones. Everything else is just, there's no point to them. Lockpicks, like, they're cheap, long-lasting, like, they're cheap. What's the sense? 6 cents is dumb. Like, this probably has to be the worst perk out of the whole, setup right there. Just because, like, if you get caught, like, you have more time to escape. I get caught every time by that time. If this thing activates, you're looking at a lock, and this thing pops on top, and you're like, oh, crap, I'm caught. Like, I gotta stop. Like, you're already caught. Like, there's no point. I don't, like, mess with it. Lucky Thief, 10% chance to open the lock-ins. It doesn't matter. Every Eastern European will agree with the buffs on alcohol. Like, I mean, it's true on this game. Like, alcohol is god tier. So if you're not using alcohol, you're just handicapping yourself. So basically, the only one out of this entire thing, Luck of the Drunk. Everything else just, unless they make lockpicks super rare in the next game, there's no point taking those perks. Like, lockpicks are so plentiful, they're cheap enough, and I just don't mess with them anymore. Maintenance, you can get everything on here. The reason I don't get tin opener, now this is just by preference. So the reason I don't get tin opener, because you got to sharpen your own weapon on the whetstone itself, basically on the little wheel, and you'll get the perk. I just never do it. Like, I just never find the time to do it. Like, that 15% extra damage is probably amazing, but I don't know if anyone else does it too. I just never use that stone whatsoever. So, James, was there any word on whether KCD2 will have better modding potential? I love to see it take off and get a good modding scene. Same here. I hope the modding scene really blows up. Now, the good part is it sounds like they're not using Devno, or however you put that, Devo, or whatever it is. Basically that DRM, because I heard that people are saying that it makes it harder for people to actually do modding on that. So I'm hoping that this will be a little bit, but I don't know how modding works on Unreal Engine 5. We'll see how that works out. I really do hope they embrace the modding a little bit. I think this game, like KCD1, has huge potential for modding, and I think there's a lot of things they could have done with it. And the second one, I hope they really do embrace it, because like just allowing people to play with the the stat or the NPCs and everything else, like they can create some pretty unique scenarios and stuff like that, sieges, battles, whatever they want. So what is my speech level? So normally the speech level I have is like 13 with a stat bust, and I usually just increase it with Bard, but it's pretty bad. Like, I don't usually mess with it. But anyways, out of this entire thing, 7 Mile Boots is probably the winner out of this. So I think for when I build the video next time, what I'll probably do is that I'll probably say what's the best perk out of every single tree, and we'll go from there. That's probably, because otherwise the video will be like damn long. But the best one out of like maintenance, it's probably going to be 7 Mile Boots. If you're wearing boots, I usually wear plate mail, so it doesn't apply to me. But if you're wearing boots, you repair yourself. Sprinting will cost you 20% less, so you can run for longer. So basically, this just has all the upsides and none of the downsides to Marathon Man, basically. So you basically get to run longer, but you don't go slower. So, yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Like, the only problem is you can't wear your plate mail, but you know what? Whatever else. So, oh, you're right, Jordan. It's going to be in the CryEngine. I'm sorry, not Unreal Engine. I saw a video for Unreal Engine earlier, so I got those mixed up. I was looking at their lighting system, but yeah, you're right. The CryEngine. So I'm not sure how that modding works out. Our friend skipped half the game because they had too high of speech skill. Yeah, speech is pretty good, but it's what it is. Yeah. 7 Mile Boots with Sprinter is very nice. So, yeah, essentially you just become a speed demon. Like, for most games out there, if you're playing, this applies not just to Kingdom Come Deliverance, but most of the games, if you always want to look for speed. This is what a lot of, like, exploiters do, too. They look for anything that increases your speed. Those little bonuses here and there, they can really make and break the game a lot better. So, usually speed is just incredible for most of the time. So, that's always the next thing to look at. So, but if I had to take one, 7 Mile Boots is probably the best one. After that, maybe Stuffing. Well Groomed is pretty good too. But I'll probably go number 1, 7 Mile Boots, and then probably, yeah, I mean, it's basically Blacksmith's Son, I guess. So, weapons you repair with a repair kit have a stronger attack, and they get until they get 2 damage. So, probably Blacksmith's Son. So that'll probably be the thing there. Will there be some prominence poker on stream? Matt, that might be, maybe. I haven't played that in a while, and I'm terrible at poker. So maybe sometime if we ever do some type of weird event, be like, all right, everybody log on. We're all gonna play poker together. But I'm terrible at poker, so y'all run me for my my money. So I don't know. Let's see. Leg armor doesn't even really matter. You never get hit in the legs unless you're on a horse. That's true. That's a good point because Kingdom Come has like the hit system, so you never really get hit there. I don't know, plate armor, like if your armor on your feet actually protect you from fall damage. Does anyone know about that? I never researched that. Like, having higher armor, does that protect you from falling off or something? And username is saying, speaking of speed, have you tried speedrunning KCD? I might, but then again, like, I don't think I could break the records. Like, I know Grift Gaming beat it pretty fast. He's pretty good at it. So, and some other people, they beat it in like an hour or something, or 2 hours. And I'm like, I might do it just for the fun of it. Like, maybe we'll have a live stream of me trying to beat the game speedrunning, but I won't break any records. Let's say that. I'll probably take like 3 hours to beat the entire game. Like, I know ways to skip certain things and what to do, but I don't know I don't know how to constantly do that one horse exploit where they make the horse run like crazy speeds as long as you don't hit anything. So that's a crazy strat right there, but I don't think I can do that. I notice the devs keep joking about bathhouses during the stream. Are they really add-ins and special scenes or something? I wouldn't put it past them, honestly. It seems like the devs are definitely in it for having fun, and that might be something fun. And then if Baldur's Gate 3 got away with a lot of that stuff, I think they could probably get away with it too. Especially if you make a great game, they'll be like, whatever, have whatever you want in there. Just, rate your game appropriately, we don't care. So I think they could probably get away with that. So we might see some spicy scenes in the KCD 2 probably. But I wouldn't be surprised. Was there any word on boats? I haven't heard any word on boats, but we'll see. They're having a live stream tomorrow, so maybe they'll bring that up. If you're able to make it, I don't know, that's 9 a.m. Pacific time, so you're able to make it, maybe you can ask them. Like, they were taking questions last time, but I didn't hear anything about boats, and I don't think there are. I don't think there's any ports nearby. They're pretty landlocked area, so that'd be something. All right, pickpocketing is one. I think y'all are gonna have to help me out on this one because pickpocketing I always cheat at, and also pickpocketing, you know, you can basically get this up to level 20 in no time. It's one of the easiest things to level up, but it's also one of the most useless skills I've ever had in this game. Like, yeah, you can finish a few quests, but the thieves quests in this game, for the most part, are pretty useless. They don't usually pay out that much, and also they're very lackluster. They're like, oh, go grab this. What I want for the next game, KCD2, it's like an Assassin's Guild quest, or more of a thieves quest. Like, I don't know if you played Oblivion before. Like, the thieves quest in Oblivion was way great. With the Gray Fox, or am I thinking of Morrowind? Like the Gray Fox? Yeah, I think so. That might be something like there. If they did that, their thieves quests are like that, I'll probably get more into it. But pickpocketing is useless. It's honestly a useless skill. Like, all these, like, get friendly neighbor. I guess friendly neighbor is probably the best one out of them. If anyone catches you, they won't call your guard on you. I guess that's the one to do it. Secret pockets, I guess, extra cash and corpses. You're right. That's not a bad one too. I mean, Witcher 3 got away with all the nudity in one game of the year. Yeah, that's true. I guess if your game's like really good, if it's a great game, you could basically put as many nude scenes as you want and they'll love you for it. That's true. The bathhouse do show up a lot in the trailer, and some of them seem pretty big. I think they'll be pretty worth it too. So the bath scenes are going to be interesting. I think they're hinting on that quite a bit. So, but out of this perks, pickpocket is probably the best one. Reading skill, if I had reading skill is underrated for the most part, mostly because if you're dealing with guards all the time, you want to take magistrate. Like, all the levels, basically by the end you get a +3 to talking to the guards, so you could basically just knock them all out. So it'll be great. Take that. That's a great one. But my favorite one, of course, is the map one. Cartographer, basically, you can see the entire map. You don't get it to level 14, so it's be kind of hard to say, like, oh, it's the best perk out of the reading, but it is, essentially. You basically can see the entire map like I do right now. So it's basically the best perk out of the game. And also it tells you where everything's at, too. So, best perk out of the reading setup. Captain Smooth, thoughts on considering a chest fist run? I sort of did one already. I did like the aggressive pacifist run, where basically it was my merciful run, but it just used fists and I just beat everyone up. But that's whatever it is. I mean, you can kind of consider that. And stealth, I think everyone can agree. Takedown, of course, is the best stealth. But if I had to take one stealth kill, of course, you know, I think that's cheating. Stealth kill is always going to win the stealth one because you want to be able to kill people. Mata, it would be cool if they give you a chance to do some heist when you steal a lot of valuables and there's a huge risk. I agree. There just wasn't any like heist or whatever in the first game. There wasn't anything to like. There was no really risk. They tell you like, ooh, you're stealing from Sir Hanish's golden book he never reads, but there wasn't any like. You know, like I never felt nervous. I just kind of walked in there and stole his stuff. Like there wasn't anything too crazy. Tristan, on hardcore, it's less good because when you lost, you don't know the map. Finding interesting sites can help show you where you are. That's true. But by the time you get to level 14 in reading to get that, you're basically already, you know, you're already situated for the most part. And after you play hardcore mode a little bit, you kind of know where you're at after a while. Let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. The one where you rob the quarry with Matthew and Fritz. What about that, K-Maki? I'm not sure. I kind of lost what's up with that quest. But, yeah. So out of those, that would be pretty interesting. The one that I do want to show that I'm kind of curious about. Let's see. I know everyone, you know, sometimes people on the internet, they kind of do this a lot of times. Is it warfare? What's the one that if you run into someone, you do damage to them or something like that? Does anyone know that? I think it's strength. Bore. There you go. You can deplete an opponent's health and all that by bumping into him on its sprint. The effect is increased if your armor is heavier than his. So I feel like this one's a worthless stat to have. I know people say like, oh, you have to have this to kill people on a horse. I'm pretty sure you don't. Honestly, the horse kills no matter what. So it's just not that good, honestly. It's one of those, if I had to put in a lower level of all the perks. Oh, shoot. So here's a good one. And you have to pick out one perk out of the entire strength perk with Headcracker included. Which perk are you going for, actually? You know, Dreadful is amazing. Mill is pretty good. Headcracker, and then you got Gravedigger. If you only had to pick one perk out of the entire game, which one would you actually do? Yeah, makes it easy to ruin a merciful run. Yeah, Boar just never. I don't know what to do on that. Let's see. Second best stealth perk is the one that keeps the dog quiet. Oh, I mean, how I keep the dogs quiet is just a mace to the head. That usually works for them. The Royal Mint Italian Court seems like a big heist location. And oh, okay, that's actually pretty interesting. That could be something they would be doing. Let's see. I literally never use board. Yeah, same thing. Probably mill for the convenience. Yeah, I mean, so here's the issue. Like, Headcracker can win the game for you a lot of times with that one hit. But the problem with not having mill is that you can't carry any armor, essentially. So I think a really good challenge to do, if somebody would probably pull it off, would be like, you know, either a no perk run or either only one perk run per stat or whatever else. So you can only pick from Headcracker, Gravedigger, or whatever else you want, but you can only have one of them. So that would be a really interesting one to have, essentially. So, because that would limit your uses, because Headcracker is just god tier. It's almost cheating, so you have a 10% greater chance of knocking out an opponent with a blow to the head. So apparently you already have a chance to knock out people without Headcracker, but Headcracker is just god tier already. Yeah, going into the monastery and hearing Mutt howl outside the whole time was annoying and funny. Wish I remembered to send him into the mill before. Yeah, Headcrackering Runt in the church fight is god tier. Like, when you do it, you're just like, oh, I won? Damn. And I feel like I Headcracker him a lot nowadays. So that might be an interesting thing. So I guess for the rest of this time, so we don't spend too much time going off of here, since we went through all the perks or whatever, what we're going to do is I'm going to write it down on a note card. Is that we're going to go through this and you all vote. I don't know if I could put a poll up or not on here, but basically saying like which one is the best one altogether from the stats. And then you just pick one and go. So let's see. Can I actually do this? Start a poll. Okay. Add options. Add options. Oh God. Let's see. So if we go strength, I'm just going to take the top ones. I'm going to have everybody vote. Let's see. Gravedigger. Give me a second here. Mill. Headcracker. Or Boar. Okay. Here's a poll coming up for you guys. There you go. Tell me how that works out. And then we'll probably make that off of there. I know everyone's going to pick Boar or whatever else there. So, but yeah. Let's see. Best strength. I mean, I should have put Dreadful there, but I don't think Dreadful is going to do too much there. So Headcracker is like so much better. Why use Mill when you have noble saddlebags? The problem with... So you're right, but the issue, if you don't have Mill, you can't really carry heavy plate armor. Like, look at me right now. I have all the stats. I even have the stat that allows you to carry 1/3 less weight due to your whatever you're wearing, and I'm still almost maxed out. If you don't have Mill, you can't carry like very heavy armor. So you're basically not going to be using plate armor for the game. So that's the downside to it. So, I mean, you probably could make it work out by min-maxing some things, but it's going to be very hard to carry everything. But you're right about that. So, let's see. I kind of let it go on for a minute. So yeah, Headcracker's winning by a bit. Mill's like second place. I'll give it another minute. So the power of the bonk is is so much better. Yeah. About the monastery, Hillkill never done video trying to break the monastery. That's true. Let's see. It's pronounced. Oh, okay. Myrule. Okay. Real knights go naked. All right, I'm going to end the poll here. I think Headcracker's winning this one. So we'll do that one. Headcracker's like pretty good. So, all right. That is good to know. All right, so let's go for the next perk here. So we'll go for that. So out the strength one, agility. So basically, I think Dodger, you get automatically, right? You don't, you learn that from Captain Bernard, right? So you don't have to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I'd never done a video about the monastery. I have done things to break the monastery, but there's not much you can do about it too much. So, there's only so much you can do about that game. So the next one we're going to do is about agility pull and, perfect throw. I mean, perfect throw can, work out pretty much. So, let's see. So chess is a preference, featherweight, and I'm going to keep this as mine as hardcore mode. So basically with full debuffs. So basically if you're you could break your legs a lot easier if you don't have featherweight. Fast striker. Taunt. I already know which one's going to win off here. This is not even close. Oh, they spelled it the English way. There you go. I'm not even going to put taunt or perfect throw on there. Best agility perk. All right, there we go. We'll do another poll like that. There you go. Perfect throw is peak. Perfect throw is mule, more accurate. Oh, okay, mule. Yeah, mule. Yeah, not mule, but it works out. So here's another poll up here. Featherweight, I think is going to win just because, in my preference, this is like off hardcore mode stats. Basically, you could break your ankles if you don't. Yeah, do that. Sorry, perfect throw is great for if you want to run up the stats, but with the Pritzlavitz DLC and you get the beer to throw even better, you just destroy everybody. That's the problem. Like the dice games aren't even a challenge. They're just. I mean, that's a good way to make money if you want to make money, quote unquote, honestly. But, you could just rob everybody blind with it. So that's why I'm not a big perfect throw guy. So, I might have to put in the video saying like justice for perfect throw. But I'm pretty sure it's a pretty bad one. I'll give this another minute for the poll. So go ahead and vote on that one. That'll work out. But honestly, like featherweight's going to have to be it. Light armor's good. Fast striker's pretty good too. You could basically stab people like crazy, which is amazing. It's a great offensive thing, but it's just like featherweight just saves you. The amount of time Henry got injured for going downstairs too fast. Yeah. It's about flexing the local gamblers. And it's not about the challenge, about flexing local gamblers. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Will there be dice in KCD2? I didn't see him play with them lately. I'm pretty sure Farkle is in the game. Does anyone else confirm that? I'm pretty sure it is. There's no way they're getting rid of Farkle for sure. So it's too good of a game not to have in there. And especially how they kind of put it in there, it's instantly a great one to have. So I'll give it another 20 seconds to get your vote in, but I'm pretty sure we know who the winner is. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, we're just ending this. Yeah, featherweight wins. All right. Featherweight's the winner. Ding, 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 ding. Featherweight. Yep. That wasn't even, yeah, there's going to be Farkle. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, there's no way they're not going to have Farkle. There's just no way. Oh, boy. So the poll only lets me put up 4 options. So you're going to have to help me out with this. On this is that there's different ones. I think the best one, and again, I'm going to go with hardcore mode. So I think in hardcore mode, there's no Revenant in there. So I'm not going to put Revenant on there. but Revenant is definitely one of the best perks in a normal game playthrough, just because you don't have to use your potions normally for doing stuff. Yeah, Stefan with Human Dustbin is great for your hardcore. It's pretty good, I guess, but like I mentioned before with booze just trumps everything because you get energy and you get health and you also get nourishment at the same time. And if you take it with other drinking perks, you're basically god tier. You're just unstoppable at that point. Yeah. But they also improve Farkle's minigame significantly. Okay, I'll have to see about that. Maybe that'll be something to show off. But there's no Revenant. For this poll, there will be no Revenant. I was thinking Last Gasp. Oh, God. What have I done? Yeah, Last Gasp is probably like the one that's probably the best one out there. If I had to take another one, Thicker Blood is another one. This is off hardcore mode, ideas. So you do have to deal with that bleeding damage. So, if you don't take Thicker Blood, bleeding will get to you quite a bit, especially without that. Sprinter's a good one. Oh, this one's actually tough. Yeah, this one's going to actually be a tough one. Will you have plans to have a Discord server for the community? Probably. I probably will. I'll probably try to get used to live streaming a lot more, and then maybe I'll do Discord. I just don't know what to post on there right now, like to keep it, worth for everybody to go into the Discord. That's the problem. Like, I don't want to waste your all time. I know I enjoy you all being here and spending time with me, but I don't want to waste your time unless I have something interesting to post in there, if that makes sense. So, all right, I'm gonna put this up. The fourth option. This is going for the best vitality. There's gonna be 4 of them. It's the add option. I don't know why they don't let me add more options here. Sprinter, thick blood. Yeah, I mean and remember this is with hardcore mode, so you gotta watch out with all those negative stats. I'll put balanced diet in there, but I know that's not gonna win. And Last Gasp. I mean, Last Gasp saved me so many times. This is a tough one. I would say Sprinter or Last Gasp, but that's up to you guys. It's up to you. I'm not sure. So best vitality perk. What's your thoughts on this? So let's see how that works out. Sprinter's no brainer. When you get the high level vitality, I don't usually need it for combat. So Sprinter's where I get the most value from. Yeah. The hemophilia is a tricky one without thick blood. Yeah, it's, that's the problem. Like, the hemophilia is like when you can bleed more, and bleeding just sucks, especially in the middle of combat because you're just losing health, and especially how slow combat's in this game. It's a tricky one for me. It's because you could just die just trying to wait for these guys to Master Strike or get an opening on them because they're just sending the whole time sitting there. So out of this tree, I think vitality is the hardest one to pick. If you had to pick one, I'm not sure which one you would pick. So that's a real doozy for me. I'm not sure. Whatever you guys pick, I'll go with because it's a coin toss, and I can't even argue against that. I know which one's not going to win. That's balanced diet. Nobody wants balanced diet off of there. Anyways, so let's see. How's this looking so far? No surprise, balanced diet's at 6%. So Sprinter 38, Last Gasp 44. So let's see if we get some more votes in. So your votes still count off of here. So it's, essentially it's a close combat here. It's between running away and surviving that hit. So I would say with Last Gasp is that it saved me mostly the times from humans that have like the most powerful bow. When they have that most powerful bow, and I don't wear helmets usually, you can see my Henry has a bare head. Usually you get hit in the head with the arrow, you're just losing all your health. And Last Gasp usually saves me off of there. So that's usually how that works out. Thick-blooded, it's good. It's more convenience, but whatever else. Gamers don't appreciate a balanced diet. Yeah, it's terrible. I never pay attention. Do NPCs have... Yes, they do. When they sprint, I believe they do because they have very high stamina. So basically, they're basically near maxed out. So they can run for a while, but they do slow down and they get back. But they seem like they cheat almost. I want to say they're always at level 20 or something like that. They're just stupid they just have unlimited run ability, it seems. So that's why I always take Sprinter, just to get away from them. But they do like that. So yeah, that last hit so you can run away. Sometimes what I don't like about Last Gasp, I'm going to give it 30 more seconds. The thing I don't like about Last Gasp is especially when I know Henry's dead and he's getting banged on by like 3 peasants with like sticks. Like, I know he's dead. Like, Last Gasp just said, oh, you're going to live through this. And he just keeps getting hit. So that's the only time I don't like it, but that's just me. I think that's it. Last Gasp is winning this one. So that's crazy. Okay. I would have not guessed that. But yep. Second place would probably be Sprinter, but that's just me. But yeah, if you had to pick one, that's pretty good. Now here comes Speech. It'll probably be between Lowborn, Silver Tongue, and then should I put Troubadour there? What do you think should be the other option? They're gonna get butchered or whatever by whatever else I put up there. Highborn, Lowborn are gonna be like the 2 big winners there. So you're gonna have to let me know which one's which one else you want on there to get destroyed on there. So that's the options that are gonna be hard. So Lowborn, what's the best speech? What is the best speech perk? Oh, final offer. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Final offer. Should I do Silver Tongue? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll put that on there. Pathetic. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, the only reason I'm putting Highborn on there is because a lot of times, let's see, a lot of times people like to mess with the nobles. There's like really hard speech checks on there, but that's just me. So here comes a new poll coming up for you guys. Let's see how that goes. I'm probably gonna say Lowborn will win this one. Final offer I never use, but that's just me. But like you said, it's more practical, empathetic. It's just so much. I think it's far more useful to know where you're going to win at or where you're going to lose at if you do a speech option. So, I mean, it's a really good one to have. So I won't be mad at it if it wins. So we'll give that a couple minutes right there. Yeah, so empathetic's the one that shows you the stat check. So it's so great. How much does Trustworthy Middleman even do? I'm not sure. Trustworthy Middleman, I never really dealt with because merchants be more willing to buy stolen items from you. Like, honestly, it's just, like, I have Peshek to deal with, or either I just put it in his chest and get all the money. So I don't even mess with it anymore, to be honest. I never actually use it, so someone would actually have to tell me. I'm really bad at that one. I like that Troubadour all the way. I would say so, but it's so hard to deal with on that. How old am I? I'm an old man. Oh man, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm pretty old. I mean, so like I'm older than 30. How's that? I'll keep it at there. So, but that works out. Yeah, it seems like a very meme choice. I mean, it's a good one if you want like the free baths and all that, but for me, it just doesn't make sense. So it's just, it's whatever. We'll give it another minute or so for the poll, but it looks like I'm actually surprised. Lowborn and Empathetic are actually in neck and neck race with each other. This is absurd. I didn't think this would happen. I thought Lowborn was going to take care of this day away like this. Oh my god. What is that? Yeah. For the road. Yeah. I'm so much older. Yeah. Don't worry. It's hard getting, once you get past 30, it gets hard. I don't want to say it anymore. Nah, it's all good. Let's give it like 20 more seconds, but I can't believe I'm going to put this on the card. Like, oh my god. Empathetic. I think it won. It barely wins. I mean, it basically won by a vote or two, but Empathetic. Wow. I mean, I think everyone's right about it's a practical one. So, I mean, for your first playthrough, and also just in general, it's so much better. You can kind of get away with like lowborn, highborn by drinking potions, so it's not a big deal. But with that, you don't get any other way. So, yeah, that's terrible there. All right, and then also for I keep forgetting the main level perks. Main level perks I'm always kind of like iffy about just because they're not what I usually use. And I'm gonna play with the hardcore mode, so. I mean, God. I could say Scout too. I'll leave it out. And I'll leave out First Aid too because Scout and First Aid just seems something you just take no matter what. So I can't do anything else like that. And I'll put up the poll and I answer your question after that, Lump. Let me see. So let me see. I'll probably say what should we do off of here? Burger versus Infamous versus Savage and Local Hero. Does that sound pretty good? I only get 4 options, so I think those are probably like the best options. I could put Aesthetic on there too, but I don't know if that works out. So let's see. Star Park. I wish they gave me more options on this. They only give me 4, so I don't know why they do this to me. Local hero. Let me see what else is there. Savage. Yeah, and Savage. Okay. Oh, I forgot Burger. Okay. I gotta put Burger on there. Let's see. I'll do that. So, and while the poll goes up on there, let me answer some questions here. So Lump was asking, can you explain the thought process behind the armor you wear? The shoulder clipping irks me. Honestly, so how I usually, especially for videos, for most of the time, I usually pick something that kind of looks out of the ordinary. Hey, Joshua. Hey, welcome. Join in the polls. We're doing the best perks out here, so I'm trying to get what everybody votes on here. Hey, old man. Hey, how's it going, Tony? I'm doing a lot better. I'm actually able to sit up now, so I'm not like laying in bed curling up thinking of how the Henry's cooking got to me. So that works out. So how I usually pick my armor is mostly just for style when I do the videos. But if I was playing, you know, just as, you know, by myself, not showing off anything, I usually just slap everything on there, even a helmet. But I usually don't do a visor helmet because I don't like looking through that little slot there. So, but usually it's always plate, best stats, usually go from there. I don't mess around with any aesthetics on there. But honestly, for these videos, it's a lot more fun to show off, like, you know, color schemes and matchings and stuff that people don't normally see. And I kind of like that. So, there you go. Let's see. No Mercy. Let's see. Would you prefer if perks come with downsides in all cases, meaning if it's more of a specializations with drawbacks, not just an overall upgrade? That's an interesting thing to do, Joro. I know the problem I have with that, like especially for the main level perks, like I'll show down here, like Cloak and Dagger, like all these, I just hate them, especially since there's not so much, how should I say it, way to boost your stats up past, you know, like to overcome it. Like if you took like -2 strength, it's kind of hard to overcome that while you're in combat. Like oh shoot, I gotta drink a potion now, and it's kind of more annoying that I just don't bother with it. I wish there was like some perks that were like it makes you faster but you lose strength or something like that. Like you're kind of like, or you take more damage because you're faster, like you're a glass cannon or something. But that's a whole different story. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. In my playthroughs, I always like to have 4 perks left because the rest is not worth it. It's stupid. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Like you notice, I just got perks for days. There's just nothing to do with that. Thank you, Joshua. Thanks for liking the work and so much. I can't believe, you know, we're going so long with all these different stats, so it's crazy. I like dressing. Yeah, so the one thing I'm looking forward to KCD2, I know like they're bringing up here, it's basically just dressing up, not so much for like the best stats, just for looking good in sense and cutscenes, and also being silly for the most part. I like that. Let's see. Have you seen the new KCD2 footage? Yeah, I seen what the devs put out and stuff. So I did a few videos on that. So it's been pretty good, but I haven't played the game, so I can't say that. So let's see. It looks like Infamous is gonna take this away, and it's like not even close. So Infamous, best main level perk to take. All right. Infamous takes it. There we go. How's time for everybody? You haven't seen any footage, Captain Smooth. Oh my God, there's a lot out there. So, yeah. And also with this game, like you're saying, looks greater than stats. Like especially like if you're able to play this game and you know how to play it very well, like you don't need all the armor in the world. You just need enough to kind of shield you from like really bad instant damage. So, anyways, I can keep going on with the, some of the stat perks here and keep asking questions. It'll probably take another 30 minutes. So I don't want to keep you all because I know you got work tomorrow or something like that. Because I can continue this. So I was thinking like on Thursday I might do another one. But that's all up to you. Because Thursday I'll probably do like, I know Stalker 2 is coming out. Maybe I'll do that. But it'll be a really boring one to do because I don't know how to play that game. So it'll be something else. So have you seen the Gamison armor that removes your arms and can only buy it from the Assassin Armory? Yeah. I don't know. I like the white ones, right? I think I know what you're talking about. They look pretty nice, but they're kind of common for the most part, but I like them. The white one's the one that's really weird. I like it. It took me 6 to 7 runs to realize that I have more fun playing with really good looks with practical outfit. Yeah, it's, once you get it on there, it works out. So, anyways, Prominence Perk Poker on Thursday. I can't believe you remember Prominence Poker. Let's go through what we'll do is that we'll go through the combat thing, and then, we'll go from there. Because I think a lot of these skills, unless there's a controversial one. Let's see. We'll do the controversial perks, and then I'll do that. All right, Juro. Have a good nap or have a good sleep, and I'll see you next time. I think the video will stay up a little longer, but you do that. I'll do a couple more of the controversial ones, and then we'll probably call that a night just so everybody, I know it's late for you guys. I really appreciate you joining. So, but yeah. Yeah, Stalker 2 comes out on Thursday, I believe, on the 20th. So I might play that. I might not. Who knows? It's a big game for sure, and I like the first one. That works out. Let's see. I'll do a drinking poll right here. I don't know what's the better ones here. What's the best perk out of this? Loose Tongue is probably one of my favorites just because it gives you that +1 to speech and charisma. And you don't really have to work on that. Top Shelf I like for the liquor. Safe Passage is a good one. And I'll probably put Bacchus, I guess. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Because I know it's late for a lot of you, so I'm trying not to keep you up too long. So I'm going to go with Loose Tongue. Let's see. Safe Passage. I think I know which one's going to win. Safe Passage, but that's weird. Top Shelf. Actually, I'll take off Bacchus. Bacchus is not that good, to be honest. I'll put Drunk. So just as an option, Loose Tongue gives you +1 for being a little bit drunk. When they say drunk, it just has a little bit of alcohol on you. Safe Passage is basically you get drunk to oblivion, but it's really good in a hardcore mode if you want to get back to your bed. That's a good one. Best drinking perk. You want Wine Beaver? All right, I'll do Wine Beaver instead of Drunk. So there we go. So here's the new poll coming up here. Wine Beaver and Top Shelf. Wine Beaver is just, it's basically you can drink more wine for 50% less of the effects of it, which is great. Top Shelf is with spirits. I'm more for the spirits guy just because of how much good stuff. And the issue with the wine for me is just that the only wine that gives you good stats is fine wine, and the inns only sell like 2 at a time. But spirits, You get off guards. The winer, all the inns sell like 5 at a time, and it's just absolutely great. So that's just me. Top shelf is where it's at. Safe passage is great for if you're doing a hardcore mode. I don't use it often enough just because like it takes so long to get drunk. So I just don't like it. But that's just me. Safe passage is probably going to win this one. But I think this is probably one of the more controversial, perks that are going there. Because Alchemy, everybody knows like the best stats are Alchemy. Horse will probably be horse would be the next one. But the rest of these, I'm pretty sure everybody would agree with me for the most part. So I'll leave those off for that, and then we'll just end with that one. So there should be more wine in KCD 210. I agree. It'll work out. Trial by Squire. Hey, how's it going, man? Beer Beaver plus the Prince Lavitz Boar is my jam. You're not wrong. Like, that beer is God tier. The only issue with it, you just don't get enough of it to, like, because I think you get, like, what, 10? Let me see if I can find it. It's like, it's a God tier food, and if they did sell it, it would be great. Because it gives you 10 nourishment and 10 energy and only 2% alcohol. You could basically down that, even without that stat, you could basically down that and not get drunk and just refill your stats like crazy. It's like low-key, it's like a spirits light, essentially. And also you get the dice throwing bonus too. It's honestly one of the best drinks in the game. So that's just me. I'm still more of a spirits guy, but that's just me on there. And I think Safe Passage is going to take this for sure. Let's see. 47. Okay. 47 versus 33. Yeah, because it's kind of like Loose Tongue is great for the +1/+1, but Safe Passage on a hardcore setting, it's great. It stacks to like 15 to K. Got to keep coming back for it. You're right. It does stack to 15. It could work out. I mean, I usually down like 5 of them at a time, so my Henry's like drunk for sure. But then again, my Henry doesn't usually eat food. Like, the only thing else I would eat is pretzels and beer and spirits. That's all my Henry ever eats. So he never eats veggies, so I don't know how that works out. Yeah. I'll give this another 30 seconds for the votes. It's really close between Safe Passage and Loose Tongue, but Loose Tongue is just an easy one for me, but, I'm surprised. This is why I like doing the polls. I would have never guessed that everybody likes Safe Passage rather than Loose Tongue, but you know what? That works out. So that looks like our winner for the best drinking perk there. That's actually pretty good. All right, we'll do one more, and we'll call that an end of it. I'm trying to find. I think I know which one, and I want to hear it from you guys. But it's either horsemanship or what's the other one that we should do? Maintenance, maybe. What's a tough one? Or stealth? Like, if you had to pick one. I mean, I don't know. We all know stealth kills where it's at. Actually, no. Stealth is actually a tough one. So, it's a try by square. I drink potions alongside. I have this solid food many playthroughs ago. I gave up on solid food, yeah. So, that works out. And also, try by square. When are you going to do your next video, brother? You got to let us know. So, I know you're working on something. So let me add in the next poll. I think the stealth perk. If you had to pick one stealth perk, this is the one. So, and maybe maintenance next. If everyone's not too tired, we gotta let this go. Takedown you get for free, so I'm not doing that one. So I'm gonna do stealth kill. We're gonna do okay. Here's one people don't think about enough. E2 Brute. That one's actually low tier great because if you hit someone in the back, I think with any weapon, you basically do double damage, and you can basically one-shot people like crazy. Crouching Chameleon's on there too. This one's pretty. If you're doing stealing or anything like stealthy, you gotta have it. It's like God tier one. Shoot, I don't know. I guess so. Here's the other one, daring. I don't know how to say it. De Bonheur. It's a great one because you get the +1/+1 stats. So you're just being a jerk and doing everything. You're going to do this. This one's actually tough. Like, stealth kill is not absolutely necessary. Stealth kill just makes everything easy. but if, you know, E2 Brute, I'm going to fight for this one a little bit. E2 Brute is just great. Your attacks from behind are 1/3 stronger. So basically, arrow shots from behind are stronger. Stabs in the head behind are 1/3 stronger. So you're basically, essentially getting a 33% extra damage. Let's see. E2 Brute still sucks because if you're behind, just crouch and stealth kill. You're right. The only time that it's useful for the most part, like, you saw me walking up behind guards and just stabbing the back of the head. You could one-shot people and just walk around. The stealth kill, you got to sit there for a minute and give them, like, a nice caressing hug. With, you know, the E2 Brute, like, let's see if I can show it off a little bit. Where's Henry? Oh, that's right. That's what I'm doing. Hold on. Let's see if we can go back to Neunhof, and I'll show it off. I'll fight for this a little bit. It's one of those low-key ones on there. What are you doing? No. Avoid. There you go. It's if you only had one, that's usually how it is. Let's see if I can find some guards. See, look, there's more guards. And also, I don't know if anyone... So here's the thing. Can anyone tell me where did the guards actually do come from? Like... Oh, look at that. One stab kill. You don't have to waste any time with them saying like, oh, I have to give you a hug. We have to like caress and tell me your favorite thing. Oh, hey, you didn't die. You're ruining my point. Well, okay, he's dead. Look at the shakies. There you go. Good God. I don't know where all these guards spawn from. So, essentially you can one-shot kill these guards. And they're coming from different directions. I don't know where they spawn and re-come back from, to be honest.
What are you playing at with that weapon?
What am I playing at? Look at that. Oh, okay, you have plate mail. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Alright, fine. Ignore me. E2 Brute's not as good as I thought it was. Fine. You know what? You're right. So, I like it better if you're able to... You could take down... You can, like, basically stack kill people if you want to, but, you know what? It has its... It's very situational. Alright, fine. Alright, I relent on this one. So, it's a tough one. I mean, if you can only have one, then I guess that's where it's at. So, let's see. Stealth kill is... Wow, stealth kill is actually winning this. Yeah, more blood for the blood god. You're using Stinger, of course. This, of course, is a one shot from behind. Well, you got me there. I'll give this another, like... Oh, it's not even close. Okay, stealth kill is just going to win this one. I thought, like, Crouching Chameleon, I thought had a good shot on there. No, it's not even close. All right. Yeah, E2 Brute only got 10%. Yeah, all right. You're right. You know, honestly, I thought Crouching Chameleon was going to do a lot better showing, but yeah, Stealth Kill is just the best one. You're right. You can kind of just die and get him out of the way. The only thing I don't like about it is just you got to hold on to him for a while and pray you don't get caught. So, all right. For the last one for today, just so we don't make this go too long, what do we want? We want maintenance. What perk do we want to fight against? Maintenance, alchemy. We all know which one's the best for alchemy. Actually, we don't know which one's the best for alchemy. You know why? Because I haven't fought for this. There's Water of Life. Healing potions will heal you 50% more. Yeah, it'll get you more drunk, but 50% more. I have to go now. Jesus Christ be praised. All right, bye, username. All right, well, don't worry. One last poll. That's all we're doing. I love entering polls and voting with no context. Yeah, sorry, crackhead. Don't worry, we're doing that. So the best, we'll do the best alchemy perks. We'll only get 4 of them. There's Witcher. Potions will fill you up 30% less. So basically, you're worried about your nourishment. It's very low. So trial by error. I don't know. Venomous Blade. Poison applied to weapon remains in the blade longer. It's actually pretty good for the most part. If you like poisoning your blade, that's actually a really good one. We all know it's gonna win. Routine is gonna win, but you know, this is the reason why I do that. But I would say Water of Life, Venomous Blade, Routine, and Snake Oil Salesman are probably the ones I'll go with. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll put Routine, just Routine itself. We're gonna do Alchemy, the best Alchemy perk. But I would say Water for Life don't underestimate that. 50% more healing. So basically, it is a god tier thing. 50% more healing off of there, off all your health potions. So essentially, you know, it's great. So you're basically marigold potions. Because I want to say right now, essentially, let's see. Do I actually have them? Let's see. I don't even carry them anymore because I always have like Lazarus potions or whatever else. So Lazarus potion heals you for 100. So that means you get 200 out of it. So if you're going through combat and taking lots of damage, this potion is going to keep you alive for 150. So it's well worth it. But anyways, let's do that poll. Let's do alchemy, the best alchemy one. Yeah, if you're going to pick the best for drinking, looks like the best one to pick for is safe passage. That's what we picked out of everybody there. So start a poll. Let's see. I want to do best alchemy perks. All right. So let's see. I think I know what's going to win. Routine is just too damn good, but if you only had one, you know, you can only use one. I don't know. Feminist blade. And then let's see. We'll do, I guess, trial and error. That way you can make potions faster with less stuff, but it's really not worth it to me on that, so that's up to you. Yeah. Governor puts a good point. You get crazy drunk from chamomile potions, but honestly, I just use hair of the dog all the time, so it doesn't matter for me. Again, hair of the dog is just, you know, god tier potion. They need to nerf it, so that's the only thing that works out. And routine is like, I never get routine just because, you know, I don't do alchemy anymore like that. So it's just it takes so much time to get to it. And even with like trial and error to get to it, it's like, oh, like I'm already overdue on potions. I'm just done with alchemy. Like I love the alchemy, like how it looks and everything else, but it's just so bad. The one thing I will say with our Kingston is routine plus auto brew and stuff like that. It's great, but what I wish they did fix off here is that when you go into the book and actually do it, like you do the auto brew, like they don't let you just keep making more potions the same one. Like you have to wait for a while. Like you have to go back to the book, pick out your potion again, do it again, and it sucks. They need to change that in the next one. They're going to give me that perk. They're going to have to do something like that. Water of Life isn't necessary at all. I never used it. Would pick Bundle Alchemist over Routine 1, but okay. Well, yeah, that's true, I guess. I don't know. I'm usually there for the hills, so like I said, I like having the hills on and then taking that. So it's one of those things to do. Routine's just gonna take this, isn't it? I don't know. I did so much. Water for Life, 38%. So it's actually really close. So if you haven't voted, your vote matters. But yeah, I'll give it another minute or so. But yeah, heals are used more than doing the potion making process. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going for. Like, you know, honestly, it's Water of Life. It's just great for me. But then again, you're right. You can just keep downing potions. Most of the time, if you're popping a Lazarus potion, you're living through any combat. So it's tough. I mean, honestly, you know, I guess for KCD2, what perks we don't want to see for the most part. But yeah, that's a tough one there. Free heals made better. How could you say more? Yeah, I don't think it's going to win that. I think the routine's going to win this one. It's not even... it's not even close. I'm sorry. We'll give it a... Oh, yeah, it got bumped up to 50%. A couple of people just wanted me to end that one. All right. So routine's going to win that one. Democracy in my 1403. Yeah, I mean, it's not really democracy. It's more just like, you know, I like to hear stuff out and then I just make my own decisions. I can't ignore everybody, but that's I try not to. Try about Square, you don't brew because you farm tower guards for potions. Yeah, well, you're not wrong about that. 50% of the people are wrong. Well, that's usually how I go through life. I'm like, everyone's wrong but me. So, all right, that sounds pretty good. Is there any other perks that you guys want me to go through before we close out? We're getting up to 2 hours right now, so I know everyone's getting tired, so we're kind of losing people here. Anything else everybody wants to go over? So, let's see. Yeah, his lordship's listen to his subjects. Yeah. I'll probably, like I said, look out for Thursday. I might do one. Can you press F twice quickly for every recipe that you have open? It will actually brew 6 potions. Wow, every time. Okay. That's actually a really good thing. I'll have to try that out. I don't know. I'm not doing lockpicking because lockpicking, we know what it is. Luck of the drunk is it's not gonna win, or it's not gonna lose. Herbalism. I feel like herbalism, like the one that everybody like. There's so few perks on here. Like there's flower power, hurt horse nip, botanist, and leg day. Leg day is winning that one. So, but we'll see. So, anyways, I think I'll just end it here right now. I think everyone's getting kind of tired, including myself. So. But anyways, like I said, look out for Thursday. Saturday and Sunday, I'll try to do some live streams too, as long as I can get the video done in time. If I can get the video done in a good spot, I'll do it Saturday as well. If it can't, I'll try to do Sunday, as long as I don't get food poisoning again. Flower power, don't care about anything else. You're right. I mean, people love lake power or lake day just because it gives you the strength or whatever. But for me, you know, flower power is just great because, you know, it works for the whole game. It's like even after you get 20 strength, you're still working with it. So it's great. But anyways, thank you everybody for joining. Let me go pour everybody a drink. If there's like that, I appreciate you all showing up. You know, it's been great again. I appreciate this, and we'll see about this. I might have this video out on Sunday about perks, or either I'll do another one, depending on time. I'll either do another one about the value of houses around Bohemia. Maybe I'll just do another, like, you know, how much Rattay worth, basically how much is Bohemia worth. But we'll see how that works out. So look out for those two. But yeah, look out for Thursday. It's kind of like a maybe, but we'll see how that works out. All right. Thank you all for joining. I hope to see you all around next time. All right. Have a good one. And goodbye. Bye, everybody. Don't just stand there. I can only pour so many drinks. All right, take it easy, y'all. Don't forget about Gutenberg. It's coming. Oh yes, watch the devs. Watch the dev stream tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time. There's also 12 p.m. East Coast time, and what is it? 6 p.m. on Central or European time out there. If you're out there by Frankfurt. So, anyways, take it easy, y'all. Bye. Boo, 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 boo.